problems. Vice Admiral Abbas said useful information have so far been collated and he will sit back with his team to determine the measure of intervention to implement. Correspondent Tamno Barabibulo completes the story.
This time, the inspection tour took the administrator to the council secretariats of Emowa and Equatorial local government areas to do on-the-spot assessment of the structures that were rudely destroyed. The administrator also visited the General Hospital in Rumeche community in Emowa local government area, where all the buildings have been vandalized completely and the premises overgrown with weeds. At the zonal hospital in Oshokutam, most of the buildings are in disused condition with the premises affected by uncontrolled plant growth. Vice Admiral retired Abbas, who encouraged the contractors handling the various projects in the state to make sure that they keep to the terms of the contract, said a peaceful state brings prosperity to everybody.
Projects that are ongoing, which we had the opportunity of looking at. We also recall that there are some challenges that over the past months had cropped up. I also needed to see firsthand what the state of affairs are. Haven't gone around. I think we'll now go back and see how best we can address the challenges, while we continue to encourage the contractors that are handling the projects to make sure that they keep to the terms of the contract. A peaceful state brings prosperity to all of us, not just those from within the state, but to Nigeria. And I think we all have to work together to make sure that we make this state a place we love to be in.
Tamno Barabi Iblubo, Rstv News.
Ignatius Ajuru University of Education community, family, friends and well-wishers gathered in the institution's auditorium to celebrate with the Vice Chancellor of the institution, Professor Okechukwu Onochukwu, on his 60th birthday anniversary. Gaspar Nede reports that a book entitled Perspective of Nigeria's Development, Essays in Honor of Okechukwu Onochukwu, and laying of the foundation stone for an Institute of Peace and Conflict Studies in his honor, where some of the features. This report is presented from the studios. Take a look.
Associate Dean, Postgraduate School of Ignatius Ajuru University of Education, Professor Chibuzo Nwobeze, on behalf of the publication committee, explained that Professor Okechukwu Onochukwu, since his assumption as the Vice Chancellor of the institution, has been a guiding light in professional spheres of life following his creativity, innovations, vision, and hard work. The university don noted that Professor Okechukwu's pattern of leadership has also elevated the status of the institution to become a hub for excellence and progress, adding that his immense contributions to peace building resulted in his recognition as Fellow of the Society for Peace Studies and Practice, affirming his humane. According to him, the significance of the event are the 60th years anniversary of the VC and book launch, which proceeds will be channeled to the building of the Institute for Peace and Conflict Studies in his honor, which stands as an enduring tribute to his academic prowess, vision, and peaceful leadership, as well as serve as sanctuary for interdisciplinary research in peace and conflict studies.
We honor not only the Diamond Jubilee Party of a remarkable, humane and peaceful leader, renowned academic, scholar and mentor, our Vice Chancellor, Professor Okechukwu Onochukwu, but also the presentation and launch of a book that stands as a testament to his person, wisdom, integrity, and groundbreaking contributions to academia and society at large.
Commemoration of your birthday, for this time and resources towards making it a reality. I'm eager and excited to read the book and learn from its insights. To your new age, may God bless you.
The book reviewer, Professor Ijoma Kalo, described the books Volume 1 and Volume 2 as demanding and recommended that the books should be patronized by individuals and higher institutions.
The book is in 2 volumes. It's 1,217 pages altogether, which was well reviewed by the editors. And there are things that are contemporary to Nigerian development. So I also implore those in governance to be able to have copies of the book. They are very rich. I particularly encourage institutions to have the books in the library so that students can have access to them.
The celebrant and Vice Chancellor of Ignatius Ajuru University of Education, Professor Okechukwu Onechukwu, said 60 years is not easy at this time and thanked God, relatives and friends for the gift of life and the celebration.
I passed through SCAPS, academic planning and all that. We're able to design the program for peace study in this university. But one other thing is to establish a program and another thing is to fund it. That's why we're now channeling all the resources we're going to get from the book launch to the establishment and the building for that particular institute. Dancing and raising my shoulders high that God has actually blessed me very well to allow me to get to this stage.
God's Power Anele, Rstv News.
Minister in charge of Redeemed Christian Church of God, House of Excellence Parish at Miriwa in Oyibo local government area of Rivers State, Pastor Uchechukwu Obu has thanked God with his family at 48 years anniversary. Gaspar Anele reports that Pastor Obu also celebrated his emergence as President, National Association of Scrap and Waste Dealers Employers of Nigeria. Take a look.
Ministering at the event, Deacon Cornelius Uchebu explained that there is need for people to trust and have faith in God. Hence, he is the provider of all things and defender of his children. The guest preacher noted that the celebrant is receiving the abundant grace of God following his dedication to the business of God, adding that people should always obey the doctrines of the scripture and win souls for Christ.
You must be a reconciliation minister. You must be one devoted to reconcile men back to God 24/7. What we give as appreciation for the gift of eternal life is what? Is our life back to who? To God. You must be born again.
In what could be described as a mega celebration, members of the church celebrated the Modern Sunday in grand style. Just as the Pastor Obu's 48 years anniversary Thanksgiving and the celebration of victory as President of National Association of Scrap and Waste Dealers Employers of Nigeria, NESWADI. Those interviewed include wife of the celebrant, Mercy Obu, and Pastor Tony Ayodele.
We are celebrating our daddy's 48 years, thanking God Almighty and also for the promotion, and as many that have come to honor this celebration. 18 of celebration will never cease in their life.
I know him too well. He knows God and he cares for people. I pray for him long life and prosperity.
On this day that he's celebrating his 48th birthday, I wish him many more beautiful, fulfilling, satisfying, abundantly graced years to come.
48 years on earth, and also is celebrating that he is the #1 position in the Scrap Association of Nigeria. Keep on praying for him to succeed in life.
Celebrant Pastor Uchechukwu Obu, who cut his anniversary cake with family members, danced to the altar appreciating God's grace, emphasizing that he remains faithful to God, particularly his protection, love, and favor. However, Comrade Obu said his victory at the Naswadin election was the grace of God and assured not to let the people down. He sued for prayers to enable him achieve set goals. Comrade Obu promised to lead by example, particularly in the restructuring of the association.
Not only thanking God for my birthday, I am also thanking God for victory over an election. I am the current elected national president of National Association of Scrap and Waste Dealers Employers of Nigeria. We will set up a task force that will always go to all scrap dumps to make sure they oversee the activities of scrap dealers, even at the loading point, to watch whatever each scrap dealers will load. Peradventure anyone is caught on such illegal act.
God's Power Anele, Rstv News.
Dynamic Kings and Queens, a non-governmental organization, has coronated its king, queen, and Onowu, the spokesperson to pilot its affairs. The coronation ceremony held in Rumoba in Obiako local government area garnered members from various states of the country. Melvin Jackson has the rest of this report.
Performing the ceremony, paramount ruler of Elumbu community, Eze James Amadi, in company of his council of chiefs, prayed for God's guidance, protection and direction to enable the king and queen take the organization to greater heights, while also urging them to be proactive in the discharge of their duties. The monarch advised them to put God first in their scheme of things as they render philanthropic services to humanity, which is a huge task to accomplish.
This authority that you need today is not for you to kill, it's not for you to cheat, for you to make sure dynamic association grow higher and higher.
In his keynote address, founder and chief executive officer of the organization, Martin Joe, represented by the president of the National Council for Women's Societies, Obiapo chapter, Ndidi Chiolo, noted that service to humanity has been his focal point, which inspired him to bring people of like minds to front DKQ. He added that Dynamic Kings and Queens was created on 16 December 2024 with the objective of forming a family without discrimination, irrespective of background or ethnicity.
The realization that we need each other to progress, both in our personal lives and in our professional lives, made us gather here as one big family to make great impact, fostering cooperation, ensuring collective actions to fulfill individual needs within broader social framework.
King Dagogo Dibams and Queen Rufina Oledo were grateful to God and the organization for the opportunity to serve, promising not to abuse the confidence reposed in them, while also calling on members to rally around them, achieve set goals.
UKK stands for unity, stands for peace, progress, and it stands for all. It's a social organization where we support ourselves socially, business-wise, educational-wise, also reach out to the needy, to the motherless babies' homes. My advice to my members is that they should be consistent, they should be focused, they should be united and be at peace, learn, grow in life. Our objective is everybody should be strong.
I feel so happy and I'm grateful and I thank God for today. Diligent in whatever thing that you are asked to do. Don't do it because I'm doing it for somebody.
Chairman of the occasion, Chief Emmanuel Adele, DKQ Head of Administration, Confidence Ijoma Snow White, and some members of the organization spoke.
We are like one family. We bring love and happiness to people's doorstep. We are unique. We are extraordinary.
It's a very good step our CEO have taken. I've not seen it in any other group. He's always putting smiles on our faces for this journey that he has taken. I know we are going to go higher and higher.
High points of the event were the coronation proper of the King and Queen, toast, as well as cultural dances. Melvin Jackson, Rstv News.
Now time for a short break. Do you love and care about Rivers State and a peace? Let's build and take it to greater heights. But this is a task we must accomplish. Ahead on the news at 3, dozens die after torrential rain hits Congolese capital Kinshasa. Details of these and more will return. Please stay.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Welcome back. Now, Vice President Kashim Shettima has given assurance that President Bola Tinubu's bold vision and pragmatic leadership will transform Nigeria into a better, more vibrant country in no distant future. Shettima stated this when he received an audience delegation from Big Win Philanthropy, led by its CEO, Jamie Cooper, at the State House in Abuja. The projection, according to him, is based on the robust investment by the Renewed Hope administration in healthcare, education, and other critical sectors of the economy. The Vice President welcomed Big Win Philanthropy's pledge to work with President Tinubu's administration, saying government was ready to explore how the foundation's wealth of experience intersects with the presidency bold vision. He explained that the Nutrition 774 initiative, a grassroots-driven program designed to institutionalize nutrition at the local government level, is a multi-sector initiative that will drive the process of reversing Nigeria's negative health indicators. National Security Advisor Malam Nuhu Ribadu says the federal government had begun to address the recent security breaches in some communities in Boko's local government area, Plateau State, which resulted in the killing of over 50 people by Malaysians. Ribadu made the disclosure while addressing stakeholders at the headquarters of Operation Safe Haven during his operational visit to the state. The NSA revealed that he was in Plateau State following a directive of President Bola Tinubu to restore normalcy to communities recently attacked by militias in the state. A statement by Media Information Officer Operation Safe Haven, Major Samson Zakom, said the NSA applauded security agencies for their timely response in containing the situation. Ribadu charged Plateau residents to prioritize peace and learn to live together as one, even as he appealed to the media to ensure due diligence and transparency while reporting sensitive incidents, especially as it concerns security. He assured the people that the federal government would ensure all arrested suspects connected to the recent attacks are brought to justice. The Rivers State Police Command, led by the Commissioner of Police Olubenga Adekoju, in continuation of activities marking the National Police Day with a community service event which began on 2nd of April 2025 across the 36 states and the FCT, is aimed to foster trust and confidence between the police and the public. A statement by Police Public Relations Officer Grace Iringi Koko says the Commissioner, along with officers and men of the command, police campaign against cultism and other vices. Members of the police community relations committee and honorary members of the police officers mess took the community service to Creek Road Market, Marwan Park, and Azikiwe Road, amongst others, in Port Harcourt, where they engaged in cleaning activities. Addressing newsmen at Creek Road Markets, CP Adekoju emphasized the importance of showcasing the police force's role in community service beyond law enforcement, building trust and confidence between the police and the public. He stated that the police force is not just about law enforcement, but also about serving the community. The CP noted that since the event started, the command had been engaging with the community and other key stakeholders through lectures, free medical services for members of the public, and as well as members of the police families and all the activities to strengthen ties with the community. The police is building trust and confidence in the people. Young demonstrators under the aegis of the Take It Back movement has defied police warning and state protests in Abuja, Lagos, Oyo, Rivers, among other states. The situation has turned wary in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital, where police fired tear gas at protesters at the Isaac Borough Park. Policemen gave the protesters a hot chase and beat up some of them, including journalists reporting the event. The protesters had earlier told the policemen that they had informed the police command of the intention to stop the demonstration in a letter dated April 3rd, 2025. The demonstrators listed some of their grievances to include the repeal of the Cybercrime Act and the suspension of Governor Simiala Kuba. And on the foreign scene, torrential rains and floods has killed at least 33 people in Kinshasa, the capital of the Democratic Republic of Congo. According to officials, desperate residents are trying to flee the flood waters by wading, swimming, or paddling to safety in homemade canoes. The city is home to 17 million people and sits on the Congo River, which is one of the biggest in the world that stretches across the country. Parts of the capital prone to soil erosion, and in recent years, the Congolese president has warned that the climate crisis is making flooding worse. The floods have also left people across Kinshasa struggling with water shortages after water treatment pumps in the city were themselves inundated. Topaz House has won the Treasure International School 5th edition biennial inter-house sports competition at Rumukursi, Obiakpa local government area. Gaspar Nele reports that students, parents, and staff actively participated at the event. His report.
Proprietress of Treasure International Schools, Favor Ndukwe, who presented her address Through her principal administration, Jennifer Daniel described sports as exercise performed by individuals or group of people to achieve success, healthy living and resources, which must be encouraged by parents and government at all levels. She noted that the roles of sports in society cannot be overemphasized, hence it strengthens relationship, power of determination, beauty of fair play and teamwork. Favor Ndukwe advised students and pupils to always participate in sports with passion, respect and integrity, adding that champions are not only those who finish the race, but also who demonstrates keen interest and right attitudes to achieve success.
We gather here not only to compete, but to forge friendships, strengthen character, and push our limits beyond the ordinary. Sports plays a vital role in education, teaching discipline, perseverance, and the value of hard work.
Declaring the event open, Chairman, National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools in Rivers State, Dr. Sunday Jaja, who charged the students and pupils to always participate actively in sports so that their hidden talents could be harnessed by the spirited individuals, organizations and government. According to him, sports activities are included in the school's curriculum such that Wednesdays and Thursdays weekly are slated for sports practice due to its vital roles to mankind, and urged the management of the school to keep it up.
For a child to be totally trained socially, academically, spiritually, and otherwise, sports must be taken into consideration. Sports is one of the avenues to create in every young growing child the spirit of sportsmanship.
Principal of the school, Osuji Nkechi, and students expressed joy for the success of the event.
We are reminding ourselves that in as much as academic excellence is very important, physical fitness and character are also vital in the development of every child. So I encourage every parent to ensure that they encourage their children in exercises like this, because it is not only helping them to keep fit, it also helps them in their mental development.
This intersport has been the best, and invite everybody to this school.
I participated in the march pass, and I also participated in the relay race.
At the end of the King competition, Topaz House came tops, Diamond House came second position, while Emerald House emerged third, and they received medals and trophies accordingly. God's Power Anele, Rstv News.
And that's a wrap on the news at 3. Do you love and care about every seat in the peace? Let's build and take it to greater height. But this is a task we must accomplish. You can join us for more reports at 7:30 p.m. I am Billy Jeet. Yeah. Good afternoon.
Nigeria is one of the great nations of Africa, oil-rich, teeming with wildlife, and home to diverse peoples and cultures.
Key players to fashion out ways to diversify its economy.
We focus, among others, on education, health, agriculture, politics, environmental issues, and promote development.
Rstv.
We traverse the region for development.